A very good morning. You're watching News 9 with me, Akshita. Well, first up, some big news coming in. A Lokyukta raid in Karnataka. The Lokyukta sleuths conduct raids at several places across the state. The Lokyukta is raiding apparently corrupt officials in Bengaluru, Belagavi, Chikbalapur, Gulbarga, Chitradurga, Bidar, Mandya and Mysore. BBMP Chief Engineer Nagaraj's house has been raided here in Bengaluru. Nagaraj's houses in Mandya and Mysore have also been raided by the Lokyukta. The Chescom Assistant Engineer Vittal Savadatti raided in Gokak. Belagavi Irrigation Department Engineer Subhash Marakumbe's house raided in Bidar. RTO Inspector Srinivasaya's house raided in Chitradurga. So several people coming under the Lokyukta scanner there, and widespread raids being conducted across the state. Remember, just last night we saw a raid take place by the Lokyukta wherein they took 4 officials into custody, and now the BBMP Chief Engineer coming under the radar, besides which Chescom Assistant Engineer, Irrigation Department Engineer and an RTO Inspector are all under the Lokyukta radar, and extensive raids being conducted in Bengaluru, Mysore, Mandya, Chitradurga and several other places, including of course Belagavi and Gokak and the likes. But of course, it looks like a very targeted raid there against several government officials. We will have to wait for more information on whether, in fact, the Lokyukta has managed to find any sort of discrepancies with regard to their wealth. The Lokyukta is currently going ahead and scanning documents and scrutinizing documents at these residences. The BBMP Chief Engineer Nagaraj is one of the main catches here. Raids being conducted against him in all his homes in Mandya, Mysore, as well as here in Bengaluru. He owns a house on Kanakpura Road. Besides that, RTO inspectors, Chescom department officials, as well as Irrigation Department engineer coming under the radar. But meanwhile, the Lokyukta last night trapped a corrupt government official in Bengaluru. Joint Secretary of Education Department Pradeep S. Rajnal along with 3 other officials fell in the Lokyukta net. The other 2 officials trapped have been identified as Under Secretary Mallikarjuna and Group D worker Srinivas. The Education Department had called for tenders from schools to set up racks to keep the files. A contractor named Lokesh had also filed an application for the same. The officials had asked a 20,000 rupees bribe from him. The officials were nabbed when they were accepting an amount of 10,000 rupees in MS building, and they had already accepted 10,000 rupees earlier. So after this big catch, the Lokyukta raids continuing today. A Joint Secretary of Education as well as 2 Under-Secretaries being nabbed by the Lokyukta. In fact, they were caught red-handed accepting a bribe. It is said that they demanded 20,000 rupees as a bribe, and this was with regard to the Education Department calling for tenders from schools to set up racks to keep the files. And a contractor named Lokesh had filed an application for the same, and the officials demanded a bribe from him. He went on to inform Lokyukta, and while he had already paid 10,000 rupees, last night he approached them with another 10,000 rupees. This time he was accompanied by Lokyukta sleuths who caught the officials red-handed.